Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of New Vampire Clans. Today we're going to be looking at the subcontinent of India, an area often neglected by white wolf stories. And we're going to look at a unique clan, the Trimurti, born of the influence of the Quajian and the standard vampires, and with a heavy dose of Hindu religious influence added to them. The concept is that they are born in or embraced in a very unique way. The soul of the dead goes to hell, as in Quajian, and battles itself back. And at the moment of the return of the soul, or just before, which can only be determined by auspicious and highly secretive rituals that the Trimurti keep, the corpse is simultaneously embraced as a vampire. And so they rise with three souls, with their own, their higher soul, with the beast, and with the demon within them. And the beast and the demon fought, and nearly always the demon wins. And the beast is sort of stripped of its influence and reduced to a purely instinctive creature, with all the rage captured by the demons. And then, well, either naturally or under the religious instruction of the clan elders, of the ones who've embraced them, the three souls take on the characteristics of the three key divinities, the Trimurti in Hinduism: the creator, the destroyer, and the preserver. It's not necessarily the destroyer that gets assigned to the demon, but the life of this three-souled being is one that is rotated, that goes through sequences. It's practically impossible for the higher soul to contain both of the monsters within them. So it cycles often, and there's often alliances formed between two of the souls against the third. So as I say, the higher soul, the instinctive remnant of the beast, the Western beast, and the demon. And as I say, creator, preserver, destroyer can be assigned to all three of them. You think that maybe the creator is assigned to the higher soul, and the preserver to the instinctive one, and the destroyer to the demon. That sometimes happens, and there you would have a being who would be creating, maybe a scientist bringing cures for diseases into the world, or an artist entertaining people. That would be the creative soul. And then when instinct rise, when it's riding the beast, it would be preserving, it would try to prevent change around them and become a strong instinctive anti-change agent. And then when the demon rises within them, they would go on a rampage and kill and destroy all that is good and pure and all that was valued by the higher souls. But sometimes it doesn't work like that. The destroyer could just as well be the higher soul, in which case it would ride out on the destroyer and would destroy evil, would kill those who prey upon humans, would wipe out the armies of the oppressors. And the higher soul need not be... Yes, and if the creator was the higher soul, then you have... Sorry, if the creator was the demon, you would have a being that brought into viruses into existence, that brought all its creativity to the task of causing pain and misery around it. Similarly, the preserver could be either soul, either the demon or the higher one. If it's the higher soul, it is a preserver of all that is good. If it is the demon, it is a preserver of all that is corrupt and rigid and oppressive. And similarly, all three souls could be instinctive, could be the beast, in which case, well, the destroyer beast is just, it destroys, but it has no real aim, no sort of purpose, no larger plan, just a naughty child out of control. If the beast is the preserver, well, as I say, it just preserves, it stops change, it opposes change mindlessly. if the beast is the creator, then it mindlessly makes things, puts things together, grabs an arm off a passing woman, grabs a bike wheel, sculpts them into something, no particular pattern, no long-term thinking. And so the Trimurti live with their triple souls. But what are the other characteristics of them? Well, first of all, they're hidden. The Kuei-jin would probably destroy them, the Western vampires would probably destroy them, so they pass for one or the other, depending on how their moods. It's not on the moods, on the situation. It's not too hard, because they are both. And the concept of the triple soul is inconceivable to a lot. What else? Other characteristics is that they are exquisitely generous with each other. For the same reason that kindred are normally very polite with each other, even when they're insulting and they don't want to cause a rampage. With three souls, the top soul is so unstable, things can flip very fast. So you don't want to just be non-insulting or non-directly insulting, you want to be nice, you want to be considerate. It is a clan that embraces, in the hugging sense, each other. They help each other, they give each other compliments. It's ultimate sort of idealized hippiness. And this spreads over to other ones they interact with. They are generous and considerate with almost everyone, until the moment where their soul state changes and whoever they were being nice with, well, whatever happens to them happens. The clan normally tries to embrace philosophers, religious leaders, psychiatrists, people who would be fascinated by the concept of the three souls, sometimes politicians, because they might be capable of balancing them better. So the ones who can write long poems about the identity when they have torn between these three desires, the ones who can interpret it as psychological states, the ones, as I say, who can control them or use politics on them, those are the kinds of being that they're interested in. Or religious leaders who can talk about the different souls of man or woman and perfectly reflect it in their behavior. Cult leaders sometimes have an advantage if they just go crazy periodically. Well, they're touched by God or a god or something. Their disciplines are mainly demon Shintai, though they have access to quite a lot of Kuei-jin disciplines if they need to. Animalism, both the animal within and the animals without. And their own form of discipline, which, well, basically, triad would be a good term for it, though the original Hindi name is somewhat unpronounceable. They use the power of their triple souls and their fight against their various beasts and demons to affect this in others. They can change the mood, the feelings of others with the slightest of touch. It's sort of a mixture of presence and dementation. And the prolonged use of it on others can cause well, strain or personality breakdowns. There has been a case or two of being so exposed to this discipline that they seem to develop a third soul themselves. But whether this was insanity or whether they're truly a new member of the clan is an open question. Anyway, that is the Trimurti. Thank you for listening.